Hey everybody, it's Lana. I'm doing this yet. I'm about to adjust my wig. I sure did. Shit, I don't care. Anyway, this is not my computer, it's my son's. Yeah, I'm a rogue bitch. Anyway, okay, so I was talking to what's her name? See, I forget. She my newfound auntie. Louis Teresa C. Y'all need to check her out. She a trip. But I was talking to her, I told her this story of my grandmother and why I'm so opinionated, but I'm a Christian. And I get it from my grandmother, who I call my mama. Um, my grandmother raised me, basically. She was actually a huge part of my life. And my grandma used to say things like, live with a man before you get with him. You gotta make sure that the sex is right, because the sex ain't right, honey. Your relationship ain't right. This, that, and other. And my grandmother was off the chain. And I have the type of grandmother. She's been dead for 14 years now. Um, and she was the type of grandmother that my friends would call my house, and they'd be like, "We don't want to talk to you. We call to talk to mama." And I be like, damn. And even now I'll get calls and they like, wow, we miss her. But I was talking about my first time having sex. And I was young. I'll admit that. I was 16 when I got her consent. But I had the type of grandmother or mother where I didn't have to hide nothing. She knew where I was 24/7. I live in Vegas now. I've been here for too long. But even when I lived with my mother, I was kicking it in Oakland because I'm from California. And I'd be kicking it in Oakland when I was 9. And everybody knew where I was. They knew my family. They knew all that. And when I tried to be slick, I never hung in North Oakland, but I ended with a boyfriend in North Oakland. I was about 9 years old. Never messed with people my age. But this was the time I had a boyfriend my age. And I lied and said I was going to Bayfair Mall. Well, if you knew about Bayfair Mall, that was in San Leandro, California. And I was going to North Oakland. And there's a mall out there called M&B Mall, which we call MB Mall. For the longest time, I thought it was MB, not M&B. That's why I had to sit there and think about it. And I went to go see him. Stayed all day in North Oakland, me and my homegirls. When I got home, my grandmother never had left the house. She goes, "So, Valana, how was North Oakland?" And I'm like, how the hell did she know? So we moved out here in 90. I went back in 91 to see my real mother. I spent a week with my real mother and a week with my best friend, Angela, and saw my play sister and my other best friend, Rashida. And I made the announcement to my grandmother. I was like, you know what? I think today will be the day that I'm going to have sex. And I was 14 years old. And all my grandmother said, as sweet as she could, because we all have baby voices when we get mad. But when she really wants to be sweet, she said baby voice. And she said, you know, Lonnie, I really wish you wouldn't. And I said, no, Mama, I'm in love with him. And I want to do this. And she said, okay, Lonnie, but Mama really wish you wouldn't. But you go ahead and you have a good day. You go get dressed, okay? So, like a fool, I go take my shower. 10 minutes later, y'all, I am not lying. I got my period. 2 weeks early. 2. And not only did I get my period, Angie got hers. Then we got a call from Sheeta, and Sheeta was mad because she got hers. All of us were either 2 weeks or a week early. And I was like, you know what? Mama got us. And they was like, she wouldn't do that to us. I said, yeah, I told her what I was going to do today. And they were like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I'm serious. So when I did give up my virginity, she loved him. and he know who he is because we still talk. Still talk to his mother. He was like my son's first visitor at the hospital. He was around me when I was pregnant. And contrary to what y'all think, I was not a teen mother. When I started having sex, I was balling legally, making good money, taking care of everybody else's babies. Um, but I was 16. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and I told her it was on my birthday. And she was like, I like him. Okay, you can. All right, you have my blessing. So when I turned 19, I'm standing in her bedroom, and I was like, Mommy, did you sit there and pray to God that I wouldn't have sex with so-and-so? And she said, Lonnie, would you think Mama would do that? That's really low. I wouldn't do that. And I said, hell yeah, you would. I think you full of shit. Because when I said I was going to have sex with such and such, you were like, I like him, and you have my blessing, and it went off without a hitch. And she was like, that's low. I wouldn't do that. I said, Mama, shame the devil and tell the truth. She go, well, I did hang up the phone, and I had a little talk with God, and that's all I did. I said, yeah, well, your little talk cost me a week of freedom. And we both laughed about it. Now, I am not condoning teen sex. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not condoning teen sex. I was going to say premarital. But for some, but I'm a realist. My son is 13. He'll be 14 soon. And we talk about it all the time. But I'm a realist. I'm not saying go out, because I was like the last virgin in my crew. Nobody knew it. I always had somebody older than me. My first ended up being somebody a year older, but we both lied about our ages, which ended up being hilarious. But I think if you're going to do that, you should be mentally ready. You should be monetarily ready, because you don't know what you're getting into. I was completely ready. I was ready for whatever came my way. If a baby came, fine. I was used to taking care of other people's babies. I was everybody's godmother. I don't know what my god kids are now, and one of them I wish I had taken, because I was given the opportunity to take him. But I'm not telling anybody that is underaged, that is not married, that has no job, to go out and have sex with somebody just because. I had a friend in high school that lost her virginity to twins. It ended up being the hoe of the Rolling 60s. And when she found out what I did, she was like, oh my God, you were a virgin? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, really? I'm like, yeah. You didn't know that? And she's like, oh, I thought I was the only one, and I didn't want to be the only one. You know what? Fuck people. Straight up. That's a good thing. I know somebody that's, how old is he? Like 24, 25, and he's still a virgin. And I told him, I was like, I think what he thought was I was making fun of him, because when he first came, I was like, that is so cute. But what I meant was, that's a good thing. Now, for me, I'm glad I test the waters, but then I'm not glad. There's ups and downs with it. I don't regret nothing in my past. I have no regrets. I have regrets about people, the way I've treated people, but nothing that I've actually done. I don't regret anything. I'm not doing this to say go out and have sex. I'm not saying that. So if you are younger than I am, I'm 35. Okay. My son is saying he'll wait till marriage. I hope he does. If he doesn't, I hope that he still sees me to be cool enough to let me know so we can take proper procedures. But there are parents out there that sit there and be like, my child doesn't do this, my child doesn't do that. My best friend, or well, she's still my best friend because I'm not gonna disown her. While everybody thought I was wild and out there, she had 2 kids by the age of 17. And I'm sitting up there with none. I wanted one, but I had none. So it works like that. Um, the more parents tell their kids don't, I think, and try to keep them in the shadows, that's when their children kind of veer the other direction. And then there are some kids that are put on a short leash, and they appreciate that. However, I told my grandmother everywhere I went, if I was supposed to be at Circus Circus, that's where I was. I met my boyfriend. Um, we went like 5 minutes away from Circus Circus. I was with my homegirl. Her mother dropped us off at Circus Circus. And she heard me tell my grandmother that I wouldn't be there. I'll be at this place. She said, why did you do that? And I'm like, if Circus Circus burned to the ground and I walk my black ass in the door, I'm going to get the shit beat out of me because my grandmother would have had a heart attack. And that's not cool. And that's how I'm raising my son, to always tell me the truth of where he's at, because I don't want to have to sit there and wonder and worry and trip. So, and so far he's doing that. And he keeps up. If I don't like his friends, I'm just like my grandmother. I have friends she didn't like, and she wouldn't say anything about them until they were disrespectful to her, until they would put my life on the line. Then she would say something. And that's how I've been with my son. I let him choose his own friends, except one when he was recruiting him to be a blood. And I'm like, don't fuck with my child. I'll kill you. You better ask about me. People know. And in Vegas, people do know about me. They will tell you. I do not play when it comes to my son. I have been to jail. Not proud of that, but I have, and I'm willing to go again because he's my life. But back to the topic. It's something I want to say, but I can't because the person knows who they are. But one thing, never hold a round table because you don't know who knows who you talking about. That's one thing I learned because it came back to me and I was shocked. So I know y'all gonna say something. I'm gonna leave it open for y'all to like or dislike. Once again, I truly don't care if you like it or not. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all views on it. I know y'all gonna say what y'all want. Yes, Valana believes in God. Yes, I'm a follower of God. Yes, I know God very well. We on the first name basis. Yeah, that's it. Like it or love it, I'ma still be living. If y'all don't like me no more, a lot of people don't like me. That's just the way it is. So with that, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.